What's up guys, let's go over propulsion blocks or PBs. So similar to a BPR, a propulsion block is a sort of contextual PD array. So for these type of PD arrays, the context is essentially providing further support and conviction for the PD array in question. So just like a BPR is sort of like an upgraded fair value gap, propulsion block is sort of like an upgraded order block. So order blocks and fair value gaps are kind of your core PD arrays, and then the BPR and propulsion block are kind of like their evolved form, if you want to think about it in like Pokemon or something like that. Anyways, a propulsion block is a type of contextual order block, which we just went over, that is traded into and respected a previous order block, representing strong institutional order flow towards one direction in price. So how do you identify it? When price respects an order block and then creates a new order block, this new order block is now called a propulsion block and takes over the role of support. You usually want the rejection of the original order block to be quick and with volume and pace. Why is it important and how to trade with it? A propulsion block is essentially an enhanced order block and an indicator of strong institutional order flow toward one direction in price. A propulsion block is highly sensitive and should never see the mean threshold break. So that's important to remember guys, a propulsion block is highly sensitive and should never see the mean threshold break. This whole section of why it's important sort of shows you how it delineates from a normal order block. It's highly sensitive and it's more powerful. It's telling you a story similar to a BPR or inverse fair value gap. So I have an example to the right. I actually don't know what it's going to be because the original one is a bad example and I'm going to replace it editing this video. But I believe it's going to be Lumi's example, so shout out Lumi Trades. But take a second to look at that and then let's go over some examples in the chart. Let's take a look at this bearish example here guys. So as you can see, an order block was created right here. We then came up and respected this order block and then we created a new order block off of that respect. So the new order block we created is right here. And now this becomes our new level of enhanced support. This becomes our propulsion block, bearish in this scenario. There's another bearish example here. So an order block was created, and then we came up to respect it, and then a new order block was created, and then we use this as the level of support. So in case you didn't already know what mean threshold is, you should already know what that is, but since order flow is so high quality in these scenarios, and there's obviously an objective the algorithm is trying to reach, you don't even want to see this mean threshold, this halfway point, disrespected at all. So as you can see, we went into the propulsion block, but we did not breach mean threshold. Whenever there's a trend guys, understanding propulsion blocks is going to be imperative. It's going to be crucial. It's going to help you with entries on trend days. It's also really going to be helpful on lower time frames when you want to see if institutions really are trying to reach a liquidity objective on the higher time frame and how high quality the order flow is on the way there.
Yeah, hello.